I'll make sure that we can be heard first. It's always a start.
Oh, best to be heard.
Best to be heard but not seen.
Usually the way, and although, I suppose we could be seen as well. Make sure that we can be heard.
Nothing beats an Oxford Radio stream. So hello, welcome to Oxford Radio, powered by D&D Media, otherwise known as a watch-along from Oxford. Tonight I'm joined by Mr. Dill, as always, and Mr. Ral's here as well. Evening, fellas. How are we doing?
Evening, sir.
Not too bad, boss. Not too bad at all. Now we've got Oxford back in our lives, obviously.
Of course, we all want a bit of Oxford back in our lives, and just before we crack on with tonight's meeting, there's a meeting down at Ipswich. Al, do you want to give us the lineups and runners and riders from that meeting?
Can do, sir. So, for the home side, the Ipswich Witches, at number 1 is Jason Doyle. At number 2 is Danny King. At number 3 is Adam Ellis. It's Tom Brennan at number 4. Emil Saifudinov rides at number 5. Dan Thompson at number 6. And their guest rising star is Jason Edwards, in for the injured Jordan Jenkins. Boys, you man to watch?
Danny King.
Dan Thompson.
That was simple enough.
Yep, and for the Kings Lynn Stars, it's ready replacement at number 1 for Niels Christian Everson. At number 2, it's Richard Lawson. At number 3 is Chris Harris. Lewis Kerr comes in as a guest at number 4 for the injured Ben Cook. It's Yankovic at number 5, Nikolai Clint at number 6, and everyone's favourite Luke Harrison at number 7. You're meant to watch for Kings Lynn.
Nikolai Clint.
Yeah, same as Palmer, because he's at number 6 and he can have 7 rides.
Poor Luke, making that 4.5 hour trip down there to just have 3 minutes of work.
Shocking, isn't he?
Any prediction on the scores?
62-28 Ipswich, up the Witches.
58-32 Ipswich.
Well, Palmer, I went for the exact same score as you.
Quick,
How
Palmer.
scary is that?
Quick, change it. It's not too late.
And the same rider to watch for Ipswich as well. But not for Kings Lynn.
Of course you have.
But for Kings Lynn, I went different to the pair of you. I went for Yankovic.
Oh.
Completely different. I think you'll do well tonight.
Did you share the link out? We've only got one person watching us. This is unusual.
I put it out on the British Speedway forum. It's on the updates. It's on our page.
Oh, it is out there then.
So it's out there. It's out there like a hooker on a Friday night.
Oh, ow.
Wow.
You've done a bit of prep, Al. Talk us through what you've done then. Let's have a butchers.
So, the winner of tonight's second leg of the Knockout Cup semi-final will face Leicester Lions in the final. And Ipswich will be keen to get back in the semis again this season, as they were runners-up last year and only lost out to Sheffield 100 points to 80 on aggregate.
I don't know how to tell you this, Al, but Ipswich are already in the semis. This is the semi.
Sorry, the final. I apologise, the final. Whereas Kings Lynn will be looking to go one stage further than they did last year. This is attempt 2 for them to make the final, losing out to none other than Sheffield, believe it or not, in the semi-finals last year, 94 points to 86. And we all know who Ipswich bet last year. Dill, I won't make it any more painful for you, sir, with that reminder.
Don't know what you're talking about, Al. I use selective hearing where you're concerned, so I only heard half of what you said, to be honest.
I'm saying I won't make it painful that it was Birmingham in the semis for Ipswich last season, and that's who they knocked out to make the final.
They're very bloody enthralling for them.
Well, that's all I've got, boys, so I'll pass over to you.
Well, boy, Al. Right, Palmer, do you want to talk us through them from up to north?
Oh, you mean Bellevue?
Yeah.
So they're managed by Mark Lemon, who still needs nose surgery because it looks a little bit too big for a normal human being. Their number 1 is is quite good in the GPs, but he's ginger, so he's a little bit crap. That's Brady Kurtz. And number 2, Paco Castagna comes in as a guest for Norwich Bledone, who's riding in Poland at the minute. At number 3 is German Lidsley. At number 4, it's Big Cook Zach Cook. At number 5 is also ginger. That's Dan Bewley. At 6 is another. I'm starting to get the feeling Bellevue like gingers because there's another ginger at 6 in Tate's Risky and their Rising Star. At number 7 is Jake Mulford. Mr. Dill, Mr. Al. Who are your men to watch and why?
Dan Bewley, because he flies around Oxford. There was a reason he was linked with a move to Oxford in the winter. It never materialised, but there was a lot of traction behind that one, and that's because he flies around there, and I expect him to do the same tonight.
Well, I'm going for the exact same rider. It's
And
like
that's why I got him before you, because I knew you would.
yeah, for the exact same reason. Dave.
And,
He's good.
I've gone for Paco Castagna because he's at Premiership level riding at number 2. He can be quite good.
And to be fair, he's probably an upgrade on Norwich, who only scored 4 points at Oxford last time he was there earlier in the season.
100%.
And for the Oxford Spires this evening, sponsored by Travel Lodge, at least as far as this stream goes. Thanks, Palmer. Number
No
1
problem.
is one of their actual riders. I know it's a shock, Matt Zainowski. Number 2, here comes Travel Lodge number 1, Carl Eworth, guests for the unavailable. Who is he for? Eric Riss? Or is he
No, Palavara's in for Riss.
Palavara's in for Riss, Eworth's in for Cookie.
That's the one.
Charles Wright goes at number 3. It's Victor Palavara at number 4 for Eric Riss, who is out with health issues. Rowan Tungate moves down to number 5. Mitch McDermott steps in at number 6 for the injured Peter Kildemand, and at number 7 it's Luke Killeen Palmer, your Spire to watch.
I've gone for Travelodge room number 1, Kyle Howarth. He's hitting a rich vein of form at the minute, and he's doing quite. I hate to say this, he's doing quite well for Glasgow, and I can't see why. He can't potentially get a double-figure score here this evening.
You've gone for the guest. I've also gone for a guest. I'm going to go for Mitch McDermott. I'm surprised it's taken so long to see him in a Premiership guest opportunity. He had a really good start to the season. He has tailed off a little bit in the Championship since he moved into the main body, but I think he's still more than capable, especially against these Bellevue reserves who, let's be honest, are a little bit crap.
Yeah, they're not regressed, are they?
Al.
It's like me and Dill wrote these down at the same time because I picked the exact same rider again.
Jesus Christ.
I thought, I'm going Mitch McDermott because nobody's going to pick him. And what happens? Dill picks him. Oh, Lord. I'm just basing it solely on the fact he's done so many laps round here. He should do well round here again, especially against the Bellevue reserves. They're not the strongest pairing.
Smart. We got a score prediction for tonight. Al, you can go first.
I've gone 49-41 to Oxford. I'm sorry, Bellevue fans. I don't think you're going to win.
Don't be sorry to him. Palmer?
I hate Bellevue with a passion, and my hatred for Bellevue overrules my hatred for Oxford. I'd love to see a shock here, but I can't see anything other than a Bellevue win here, 35-55.
I'm going to go 50-40 to Bellevue. The thing is, with a team of guests, as Oxford have got, you never know what you're going to get. You can either get all or nothing. But if they all click, there's potential. Palavara and McDermott are more than capable of getting a good few points, and we know what Carl Earth can do. But I just can't see that. The heat leaders and Zach, to be fair, of Bellevue dropping as many points as the middle order of the Oxford team will, so I'm going to go 50-40 Bellevue. Although that hurts me to say, because much like you, I hate Bellevue as well.
There is a supporter on the British Speedway Forum, the ultimate source of all Speedway information, of course, that says this is a must-win fixture for Bellevue. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd say it is, to be honest. They've been bitch slapped when they've been to Ipswich twice this year. They've been made to look a bit silly at Sheffield as well. They've lost to Birmingham as well, which is points they wouldn't have been expected to drop. So tonight this is a meeting again. You wouldn't expect them to drop points, but anything can happen. But I do think it is must win if they want to keep the pressure on the top of the table battle. I know finishing top only gets you so far, but
I don't even think it gets your choice of opposition in the playoffs now, does it?
nah, it's 1 and 4, 2 and 3, ain't it?
Something like that.
What a place to view it from. Steal that mini that's on the roof while you're up there, Belle. Track looks damp.
Moist.
It does look a bit damp, doesn't it? But Magic's starting to find some form. But then Brady Kurtz. 2-point Tom, what a legend.
What a boy.
What a legend. Brady Kurtz and Dan Bewley you'd expect to probably max out or almost max out. You'd expect 20-25 points from them two alone.
100%. I hope we have the walkout parade like this to Scunny tomorrow. Because then I can interview. I could do, I could do a little interview like that. If it weren't for BSN, I'd have done interviews as well. That's given me an idea.
Oh God!
I might have to message Clark or of course Sarah.
Try and get a proper walkout parade. 'Cause you normally do bikes parade there, don't you?
Normally, yeah.
And interestingly, the two captains tonight are teammates at Wrocław in Poland, but opposition tonight.
Only in Speedway can you be against each other and matey one night, and then you're against each other the next, and you ate the guts, and then the very next night you're riding again in the same team.
It's a funny old
Try explaining that one to a newbie.
There's a lot of water on that start. I don't think it's water from, as Nigel Tolley would call it, artificial water. I think it's just pissed it down a little bit today, and it does look a bit damp. There's a couple of puddles around.
Is it all natural water?
It is. Magic's won the toss. We obviously don't know what gates they've chose yet because we have to listen on mute, but Paco's going to have a look at gate 2, so I'd imagine Oxford have gone for 1 and 3.
Well, Oxford, you've had a win this evening. Make it 2, pals.
Our viewers are slowly going up. If you're watching us or listening to us, get in the comments. Give us your thoughts, give us your predictions, give us your opinions on the team lineups and the amount of guests that, to be fair, Oxford have been forced into having. It's not through choice or anything. And to be fair, I think they've got some good guests given the situation they're in, with Craig Cook only turning up when he fancies. And you've got long-term illness victim in Eric Chris, who's got the recurrence of his iron head issues from last year, which doesn't sound fun, so hopefully he's on the mend soon. And Peter Kilderman, who's re-damaged the injured knee that he injured earlier in the season, so that one's kind of enforced as well. But the Cookie one, I suppose we better reserve thoughts on that, I suppose.
We should do, really.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in the Polish league at the minute, Leszno are racing Poznan. We've had 13 heats, and it's one-way traffic. Just put it that way. Leszno 53, Poznan 25.
And how many of them 25 has Ryan Douglas scored?
Ryan Douglas, after a bit of a crap start, is joint top scorer on 6+1.
How's Norwich getting on?
He's meant to ride for Poznan, isn't he? He scored 2 points from 2 rides.
Oh.
Tell you what, while we've got a minute, I'll just go down the scorers. For Leszno, Nazar Padnitsky's on 8+2. Jay Anus is on 9. Josh Pickering 9 and 3. Ben Cook 9. Grigorzen got a 10 and 1. Casper Mania 2. Anton Menzel 6. For Poznan, Matthias Nielsen's 3 and 1. Simon Slaughterback 3. Ryan Douglas 6 and 1. Bartosz Spektal 6 and 1. Francis Gus 1. Kasper Teska 3. Tobias Jacob usually at 1. Norik Badorn 2.
Yeah, that sounds like an interesting old clash.
That's killed 5 minutes.
It's killed a couple of minutes, hasn't it? It's a good job these teams have got ball over top. So I will say, if you didn't know that Mitch McDermott had his Oxford Championship suit on with how the colours line up, there's not too much difference between the Premiership and Championship suit when you see Mitch McDermott
There isn't,
there.
is there?
Nah. At least they've kept the continuity.
Again, I don't really like Oxford, but I do like how they've sort of got this progression programme going on.
Everything looks really professional, doesn't it? You know, you've got fork covers in all leagues, you've got Kevlars in all leagues.
We'll just stick with the Kevlars. We have quite got fork covers at every club in both leagues here.
At Oxford we have. They've got...
At Oxford we have, yeah.
At Oxford they have, yeah. But every club now wears Kevlars in both of the professional leagues, and race jackets are certainly a thing of the past. Much to your disgust.
So if you're a traditionalist supporter like me, let's, I don't know, start a riot outside of SCB offices in Rugby or something.
Interesting looking clash this. Let's have a butcher's. Oh, you got Gates from Ipswich while I have a quick look at the standings going into this meeting.
No.
No. Very useful hour. Very useful indeed. So as we come into this meeting, Ipswich and Sheffield currently sit top on 28 and 26 points respectively. Neither are in Premiership action tonight. Bellevue are currently in third with 16 meetings raced and 26 points, with Sheffield ahead of them on points difference and with 2 meetings in hand. Leicester are behind them by 4 points with 1 meeting in hand. Kings Lynn are then just outside the playoffs, or I say just outside, they're 8 points behind Leicester. They're tailed off. The top 4 is clear to see now. Kings Lynn are there on 14 in 5th with 16 meetings raced. Oxford have also raced 16 and are a further 6 points behind Kings Lynn, and Birmingham have got a meeting in hand over Oxford and are 2 points behind. So there is a clear top 4 and a clear bottom 3.
Yeah, and it almost looked like the case as soon as all the teams were confirmed.
Kings Lynn's been a bit of a disappointment. I think people expected more from him with the strength throughout, and it's just not quite happened, has it?
I mean, again, it's one of them. If the things hadn't happened to Ben Cook, could this be in that position? Or
don't get me started on him. How can you be too injured to ride in one country but perfectly fine to ride in the other? I don't get it.
It's definitely not because 1 point in one country equals about 3 nights worth in the other country.
It's
Definitely
true.
not.
Yeah. Riders are just coming out onto track. We see a couple of guests coming out in this one. Paco coming out for Bellevue. Carl Howarth coming out for Oxford. Carl Howarth's done a few guest bookings here recently. He's done a few guest bookings. He's turning into the new bomber.
That's the Glasgow effect.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, better to keep busy in the summer because it's a very long winter for these guys.
And it's going to be a massive change in winter as well this year. We expect, everybody expects. So we have Heat 1 at the tapes, going off Gate 1 in blue, the guest for the Spires, Carl Howarth. Gate 2 in yellow, the guest for the Aces, Paco Castagna. Gate 3 in red is Matt Sayanovsky, the skipper of the Spires. And off the outside in white, the skipper of the Aces, Brady Kurtz. And the aggregate is definitely all but done. It's 58 points to 32 in Bellevue's favour. So they're definitely going back to Manchester with 1 point, if nothing else.
I think you're discounting a 60-30 win here. You just never know what might happen.
You do, that's true.
So always expect the unexpected, even though we're expecting the expected as the start marshal walks away for race number 1 and takes flight. Away we go. It's a very good start there for Kyle Howarth off the inside gate there, and Paco's there in second, but Magic's looking to come round the outside there, and it's now the Oxford Spires currently on a 5-1 advantage. Brady Kurtz at the back. You know, world beater Brady Kurtz. That is. Kyle Howarth, though, he's out in front. He made an absolutely electric start, and Paco's putting Magic Janowski under some pressure. Janowski's just holding the right line around the outside, which has kept this Oxford Spires 5-1. Brady Kurtz is starting to come to the party now. He's trying to go around the outside here, and Paco's not really letting him just yet. He's like, "Oi, Ginger, you're not coming round me. Do you not know who I am?" And this is a very convincing 5-1 at the current point of time for the Oxford Spires, with 1 lap left to go. And Kyle Howarth has been an inspired choice of guest in heat number 1 anyway for the Spires. Janowski with a decent ride, obviously, on the first to second lap to get himself into second position. And yeah, that was that. Operation 60-30 HWFG.
I'd be interested to see that start again. It looked like Magic may have had the slightest of nibbles at the start there. Brilliant game from Kyle. He's done that every time he's been to Oxford that we've watched at whatever level it's been. When he's on gate 1, he's straight to the inside, curb crawls around, and it's paid off for him again there. So the result carry on.
Go on.
The result of Heat 1 was a win for the rider in blue, Carl Howarth. Second in red, Matt Sayanovsky, and third in yellow, Paco Castagna. 5-1 to Oxford, and it's 37.59 on the aggregate now. Let's have a look at this start. I swear Magic had a nibble. Yeah, we did. He had a little bit of a roll. Car makes a beautiful gate though, and Magic sticks Brady in our favourite place, Palmer.
Duffy beats the Jet 2 holiday, and right now Brady Kurtz could go to no man's land for £50 off. That's that's £200 off if he takes 3 others with him.
You had to, didn't you? You had to.
It's a big thing now, isn't it? I mean, the woman that does the voiceovers started going to festivals and stuff to just to say that now. Brilliant. So if it's good enough for festivals, it's good enough for a shoot some shale stream.
You got a point. I love how professional Mitch McDermott's setup is. Everything about it looks professional, and to be fair, you know, he's half decent when he's sponsored by Belle, because they don't just sponsor anybody.
No, 100%.
Outside of your energy drink sponsors, they're the next big sponsor, aren't they, for up and coming riders?
But that's a bit disrespectful on D&D Media, to be honest.
Heat 2, Gate 1 in white, Tate Zishke. Gate 2 in red, Mitch McDermott. Gate 3 in yellow, Jake Mulford. Gate 4 in blue, Luke Kelly. And it's the cheaters, essentially, versus the aces in this one. Mitchell Clough there, who's just been released by Plymouth. We say just a couple of days ago. Yeah. Good to see Jake Mulford back. Missed Bellevue's meeting on Monday with an injury sustained in the long track, weren't it?
Yeah, he had to pull out of the long track, didn't he, at the weekend? And I think there's another long track meeting this weekend, you know?
You might be right, yeah. Be interested to see how Tate gets on. He scored well for Workington the other day in their win over Poole. Will the more bike time in the championship now start to pay dividends for Bellevue as well?
Maybe. So heat number 2, the tapes don't rise.
Tapes have malfunctioned.
Luke Colleen touched him. I think he should be excluded for that.
Yeah, tapes malfunction, then that'll be rerun with all 4.
There isn't a world long track on at the weekend. However, from Dargap Hills Latvia, if anybody's interested, on Tapes Up TV, you can buy the stream of the FIM European Pairs Championship.
Oh.
Which sounds very enthralling.
Was it them who we brought that meeting in Germany from, where we watched it? It was boring.
Yeah.
What a waste of our life that was.
You're telling me. Or just save your money, watch Scunny Batter Workington on BSN. It'll be much more enthralling.
And same for riders, same for gates. There's a lot of red and green going on here. Zishke and McDermott's bikes look very similar.
They do a little bit, don't they? Start Marshall Watts away for the rerun of heat number 2. And Tate Zishki's made the good gate there, and Mitch McDermott's there in the second place. Jake Mulford fending off the challenge of Luke Killeen at the minute, but Killeen now going round the outside here, and Mitch McDermott looking to come round the outside there of Tate. It's not quite worked out for either of them, and it's currently a 4-2 situation in favour of the Mancunians, with Luke Killeen. He's trying absolutely everything to get round Jake Mulford at the back. But just nothing just seems to be working. Jake Mulford's just really holding that right line, and if anything, now Luke Colleen's going backwards, almost like normal service presumed. Mitch McDermott looks faster though out in second place than what Tate Drisky does in the first place, but you really in this one you really are separating the men from the boys, and it's quite close between Tate and Mitch McDermott at front, and Mitch McDermott going around the outside, not quite got him, and yeah.
Every bend of every lap that race, I thought Luke Killeen was stacking that. He never ever looked comfortable, did he?
No.
And it's the early stages, it's, from the gate, there isn't really an outside line built up yet, which is where Luke Killeen struggles, because that's where he likes to be. And the result of Heat 2 was a win for the rider in white, Tate Zishki. Second in red, Mitch McDermott, and third in yellow, Jake Mulford. 2 points to Oxford, 4 to Bellevue, 7 points to 5 on the night, 39.63 on aggregate. I thought Mitch had made the gate then, and Tate's bike just dragged him.
It did, didn't it?
Jimmy's in the comments. Evening, guys. One of the people that was listening last night. Absolute gem.
Evening, Jimmy. How we doing, me old fruit?
Killeen looked quicker and McDermott looked quicker, but it's really early on, so it's difficult to pass early on in it. And this is the one I'm looking forward to, seeing how Victor Palavara gets on in his first Premiership race. And to be fair, he's off the favoured gate. Both wins so far have come off gate 1.
So far.
So, going off gate 1 in blue for the Spires, Victor Palavara. Gate 2 in white, Jamin Lidsey. Gate 3 in red, Charles Wright. And off the outside in yellow, Zach Cook, who celebrated his birthday the other day.
What boy?
One person would look at it as another year older, another year wiser. Another person like you would look at it as 1 year closer to seeing Jesus again.
Big up Jesus, what a boy. Love hanging out with him, especially around Easter time. He buys us all a great big meal and a bottle of wine, and there's about 20 of us. He keeps saying it's the Last Supper, but it happens every single year.
We will bring Alan back in for an update from Ipswich after the next race. They're moving through this quite quickly. I know there is a little bit of rain forecast to be around Oxford around about the 9 o'clock mark, so the referee Simon Humphrey Kennett is trying to get a move on with this.
Get Rob Godfrey in charge would be on 12 by now.
12? What's 12?
12, yeah. It's,
it's a new one.
It's a new race after 15.
Not the Super Heat, no, it's now Heat 12.
No, it's now 12. Start Marshall walks away, then for heat number 3 takes right away we go. It's a decent start there from Palavara, and he's got the lead now over Jamin Lidsey, who just goes wide and takes the lead off him. And it's now a 3-3 situation with Charles Wright now joining Victor Palavara with Zach Cook at the back. And Lidsey now is building up quite a lead over the 2 Spires boys, and to be fair, they've built up a decent lead over Zach Cook. So Zach Cook really is struggling here this evening, and to be fair, he struggled at Poole last night with his motorcycle. But yeah, Jamin's still there. He's out front, away, gone. He can go to Travelodge, check in, and then come back, and he'd still win race. We've got 1 lap left to go. The 2 Oxford Spires are sitting there, settled in second and third. Right, he's just going to let Palavara just go and get himself at second place, and it's a solid enough first ride in the championship for the Swedish sensation. And yeah, it's going to be a 3-3.
I got the feeling on that first lap, right, he wanted to get past Palavara, but Palavara was just first race in the Premiership. He just wanted to sort of set himself down, get round, not fall or screw anything up. So he did, and I think Charles Wright recognised that and then did slow down a touch to just shepherd him home. But I think Charles Wright wanted to get past on that first lap. He looked a bit frustrated. And the result of 3 was a win for the rider in white, Jamin Lindsay, second in blue, Victor Palavara, and third in red, Charles Wright. Points divided 3 apiece, 10 points to 8 to Oxford on the night. The aggregate's gone off. I thought Palavara had done that, to be honest. And there.
42.66 on aggregate mush.
42 points to 66, and Oxford, the 5-1 in Heat 1 is really the separating point at the moment. Luke Killing's bike is absolutely filthy.
It looks like it could do, the fork covers at least could do with popping in the washing machine.
Yeah, it's a bit dirty. That extra mud's got to add a bit of weight on the mud and all of that. That's why you see riders and mechanics cleaning everything out after races to try and get rid of it. But that's got to add a bit of weight onto it, especially when it looks as wet as it looks there.
100%.
And that looks like Jake Mulford getting some instructions from Mark Lemon. And Luke Killeen goes off the favoured gate 1 this time. That takes the winning streak off gate 1, but the inside gates are working better. But if anyone's going to win off gate 4, it's going to be Dan Bewley, who's off there now. Jake Mulford's
you would expect so.
You would, yeah. And to be fair, Rowan Tungate's been a funny one this season, and he's looked fantastic at times, and he's looked like a bag of SH1T other times.
It looks good when he's able to ride with Magic.
Yeah, the lineup of Heat 4 then. Gate 1 in blue, Luke Killeen. Gate 2 in yellow, Jake Mulford. Gate 3 in red, Rowan Tungate. And Gate 4 in white, Dan Bewley. Dan Bewley goes really well around this track. He's had some spectacular crashes here as well, though.
That he has.
Was it last year we watched when he bounced off the fence down the back straight?
I think it might have been,
He might be right.
So Start Marshal then just getting them into order. He does the YMCA and walks away, and the tapes fly. A fairly even start there, but it's Luke Killeen that gets there first with Magic, not Magic Oscar, Rowan Tungate getting around the outside there of Jake Mulford, and it's currently the Oxford Spires on a 5-1 advantage. Dan Bewley now looking just to get around the outside of his teammate, and he's done that quite nicely, so it's still the Spires on a 5-1, and this would be a huge scoop for Luke Killeen if he can hold this to keep Dan Bewley at bay. But Bewley looks faster than Killeen, and Bewley's going round the outside there, but Luke Killeen's still just in that second place position. And this is going to be some heroics from Luke Killeen to keep Bewley at bay. Bewley's now looking to come up the inside. No, he's not done him just yet. Give it another couple of bends and he will have done, but Rowan Tungate's out in front. We've got 1 lap left to go. Then can Luke Killeen hold on to this, or is Bewley just making a little bit of a race of it? He's done him now. So it was a Spires 5-1. It's now gone to a Spires 4-2. Can Luke Killeen stay on the motor? So he can. Luke Killeen is really impressed in that one. He held his own and he didn't fall off. Fair play.
Rowan Tungate could have played the team game and protected him there. Instead, he got round him and cleared off. Luke Killeen, I think, was quick enough to have cleared off if he'd had a little bit of protection, but Tungate, not much of a team performance in that one.
Not quite.
And a good effort from Luke Killeen though. Heat number 4 was a win for the rider in red, Rowan Tungate. Second in white, Dan Bewley. And third in blue, Luke Killeen. 4-2 to Oxford. 14-10 on the night, 46-68 on aggregate. We need an Oxford 5-1 because we're really immature.
I don't know what you're on about, sir.
Beautiful gate from Killeen that, and Tungate there as well. Bewley absolutely missed it, then got caught up behind Mulford. Weird to see Killeen going for the inside. I think anyone else, and he'd be going around the outside. He does shut off there to let Tungate round him.
Yeah, it's one of them. If he didn't shut off to let Tungate go around, what could have happened. But it's all ifs, buts and coconuts. It's something that we'll never know now.
He got a point. He 3.5 laps though he raced the perfect race there, and That'll do his confidence good. He nearly beat whatever position in the GPs Bewley's in at the moment.
For sure.
Jake Mulford was miles away, to be honest. Absolutely nowhere near in this one. Beautiful cutback from Bewley. Saw what Killian was doing, read it like a book. And I think we're going to track grade. We are. Al, what's going on at Ipswich, pal?
Well, Kings Lynn won the toss and took gates 1 and 3 in heat number 1. And the regular replacement in heat 1 was Jan Kovac. And heat number 1 was won by Jason Doyle, with Danny King in second and Richard Lawson in third. And that 5-1, we also made the score 5-1. Heat number 2 was won by Nikolai Clint, with Dan Thompson in second, Jason Edwards in third, and sorry, Palmer, Luke Harrison retired from heat number 2.
Don't apologise to me. It's going to be an early finish. I don't care what he scores.
And that's it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I think they start a little bit later, don't they, at Ipswich? So
Yeah.
Well, it's 8 points to 4 at the minute and 50-52 on aggregate.
It's a start that Ipswich needed, to be fair, that.
Not the start Kings Lynn wanted.
You got a point now. You got a good point. We'll have Alan back a little bit later on. We've got Laura Pollard walking up and down the pits. That's a nice funky Oxford Speedway top she's got on.
it is a bit, isn't it? It's very glowy in the dark,
I was
isn't
going to
it?
say, you wouldn't miss her in a dark alley, would you? But everyone's a bit busy.
Senna Summers is earning his 50p pocket money tonight, looking at that.
Track's held up quite well so far. Hopefully the outside will start to build a bit now as well, which it notoriously does after a few races at Oxford.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And if you are watching us, thank you for tuning in. Get yourselves in the comments. We don't bite unless you have cake. And there is some live speedway on over the weekend, possibly at a track near you. There's action at both the Scottish clubs tomorrow, as Glasgow hosts the Red Bears, Edinburgh Monarchs hosts the New Look Plymouth Gladiators, and if you wanted to come a little bit further south, one a little bit closer to home, Scunthorpe Scorpions hosting the Poole Pirates in what should be an absolute thrilling encounter. There's probably other meetings on tomorrow, I'm not too sure. Saturday, Workington Comets face Scunthorpe at the GT Tyres Arena, weather permitting, and also weather permitting, Middlesbrough Tigers host the Oxford Chargers in National Development League action. Berwick also hosts Plymouth on Saturday evening, and Sunday, if you wanted to round yourself off with the weekend, Iwade in Kent hosts the British Youth Championship. Or if you want to have a Monday night out, Birmingham Rugby's face the Oxford Spires. At Perry Bar, the Adrian Flux Arena hosts Kings Lynn versus Bellevue. And the TNT meeting, Leicester Lions return to the Hydrascand Arena against Sheffield.
Wednesday night, Oxford Cheetahs are at home to Plymouth Gladiators. That'll be an interesting one. And the Poole Pirates look to get some revenge over the Workington Comets at Wimborne Road after the Comets somewhat embarrassed them the other day.
I tell you what, I wouldn't mind watching Oxford versus Plymouth now.
Plymouth's new look team, imagine the reaction Scotty's going to get, because some Oxford fans didn't take that particularly well, did they?
That may be a watch along.
There is definitely a watch along next Thursday, because the Sheffield Tigers host the Leicester Lions, and that's being broadcast on BSN. Ipswich also host the Birmingham Brummies in Premiership action. Next Friday, Glasgow versus Berwick, so Alan's going to be otherwise engaged, or is he not going to turn up to his own track? Who knows? And
who knows?
Redcar host Poole, Scunny host Edinburgh, and the Scunny Steelers host the Edinburgh Academy in the National League straight after. Nice double header for you lot next week, Palmer.
Lovely jubbly. I hope it rains. Double headers aren't great. Last time we had a double header, it was 11:30 by the time I got home.
Ooh.
And when you're out in 30-degree heat from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 11:30, it is not nice.
We spoke about this before we came on, and to be fair, at the start, this crowd isn't particularly good, is it? To be honest.
To be fair, I've seen a few comments on Oxford pages and on the BSF. Somebody said for the first time since Oxford reopened, looking at that lineup, he was second guessing whether he was going to go or not.
I think that they've bitten off a touch more than they can chew running 3 leagues again. Obviously, it's expensive for supporters to just go to watch your Premiership team these days, let alone Championship and National League as well. It's very expensive. And we get a battle of the Edinburgh boys in this one, with Paco lining up for Bellevue and Victor Palavara in for Oxford. Brady Kurtz will be looking to bounce back after his last place in Heat 1. And the Riders are back
Just
out
saying,
on track.
right, and right, he just kind of exists.
Heat number 5, gate 1 in yellow, Paco Castagna. Gate 2 in red, Charles Wright. Gate 3 in white is Brady Kurtz. And off the outside in blue, Victor Palavara. Victor Palavara's off the unfavoured gate because there's been no success there at all yet. 2 wins off 1 and one each off 2 and 3 up to now. So,
Yeah, that it is.
This will be an interesting one. Brady Kurtz will not have liked being beat in 1, but he was never anywhere near, to be honest. I know he ended up behind Paco, but Paco, was never sort of obliged to move out of the way. He was riding his own race.
It was just doing his thing.
And,
Lee Kilby up in the shipping container,
doing it solo. Fair play to him. I wouldn't want to do this solo.
It's not an easy gig, Mush. Not an easy gig at all.
And they didn't put any water down, which is good. Track was a little bit moist. Hopefully it'll carry on producing the lines now, but they have done a little bit of grading to it. See how that impacts it.
Well, that we will soon find out. The start marshal's done his YMCA and walks away. The tapes fly, away we go. And Brady Kurtz has got to that first turn first with Paco Castagna there, going blitzing himself up the inside to take the lead. Now Brady Kurtz around the outside of Paco. Now what can Charles Wright do? Could he get around the outside of Paco? Paco forcing Charles Wright wide there, and good defensive ride there from Paco. There was no malice in it, but just a good hard race. But Wright is now really challenging Paco in for this second place position. Victor Palavara is just sort of chilling at the back of the field. And we needed an Oxford 5-1, not the other way around. Not angry Oxford, just disappointed. Right, he looks a lot faster than Paco here. And Paco's gone wide now. Could Wright make the inside line work? Not quite. We've got 1 lap left to go. And Brady Kurtz is checked out away and gone. Right, he looks a lot faster here. And he's trying to go around the outside of Paco. They're very, very close. And neck and neck as they go into the turn. Coming out of the last turn. And right, he's done him.
Really good ride from Charles Wright there. I got the feeling he was being held up by Paco. Good defensive ride from Paco. Is there going to be an handshake? No.
Probably not. It's righty.
Good ride. I think he was looking for one, to be honest. Paco just didn't look back. Good ride from Righty though, and Brady Kurtz did probably what you'd expect. And to be fair, off the gate stats, Victor Palavara probably did what you'd expect as well. The result of heat number 5 was a win for the rider in white, Brady Kurtz. Second in red off the 4th bend to the line was Charles Wright, and third in yellow, Paco Castagna. 2 points to Oxford, 4 to Bellevue, 16 points to 14 on the night. This gap is slowly starting to close.
And this was a spirited ride there. Right, he just got his bike in the dirt, winded it on, hoped for the best, and it worked for him. So fair play. We've had a pass at Oxford.
And if the track carries on producing like that, we could get a few more, dare I say. This
There is
pairing,
every
this
possibility.
pairing for Oxford got a 5-1 in the opening race though. So although to be fair against Dan Bewley, I think they're against Bewley, aren't they?
Bewley and Tate.
Yeah, against Bewley, you'd say it may be a little bit more tough. Is that Tate Morford? No, that's definitely Tate. They've got the same helmet. Gate 1 and 3 are clear favourites now, and Oxford are on those gates.
That they are.
And well, it's nice to have a meeting with no RR. There's a few guests, but there's no RR, so there's no delays at the moment. Heat number 6, gate 1 in red, Matsejnowski paid winner, first time out. Gate 2 in white, Dan Bewley just getting past Luke Killeen in his first race to get a second place. Gate 3 in blue is Carl Heref, who won Heat 1. And gate 4 in yellow, Tate Zishki, who won Heat 2.
You mentioned it's nice to have a meeting with no RR. Last night we had a meeting with 2 full teams.
We did. No guests, no nothing. Beautiful. Doesn't happen a lot these days, to be honest.
It was a rare occasion. And then we had the dodgy track, but that's a different matter.
Yeah, it weren't a great track last night, was it, to be honest? We've seen better meetings at
Oh, she was bumpy, alright.
Magic's going to be the last to settle. Palmer, take us away, son.
Where to? A jet to holiday?
I'll tell you what, Magic's
We're
got to
just-
be close to these 2 minutes here. He's taking the piss now, isn't he?
Yeah. Did you know some of us have got work in the morning? So Sir Marshall puts his hands down, walks away for heat number 6, and takes the ride away. We go to solid start for Tate Zishki, but he's ended up at the back. Now Bewley goes wide, Janoski looking to come up the inside there. It's not quite worked out, so it's a 3-3 situation at the moment. Bewley's there, he's sublime, he's out in front, he's already checked out, and we've just done lap 1. And it's the 2 Spires in the second and third place positions there, and Kyle Howarth being put under pressure from Tate Zishki here. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out over the next 2 and a bit laps, but the first 2 were very, very settled. Bewley's he's that far ready, could just pop in, see what's happening at Swindon and come back. Magic's still there in second. That's all we can see at the moment. Kyle's still there in third, and he's starting to pull away now from Tate Zishki. So this one's a little bit processional, to be honest with you, but this 2-point gap's still going to be a thing. Bewley just bouncing himself off the fence for a little bit of fun, but yeah, a 3-all.
And the big 2 for Bellevue have really settled the ship as Mark Lemon would have asked them to. Both being beaten in their first rides, so they would have been expected to bounce back. And to be fair, they both looked really quick as well.
They did, 100%.
Heat number 6 was won by the rider in white, Dan Bewley. Second in red, Matsejnowski, and third in blue, Carl Heref. Points divided 3 apiece, 19 points to 17 on the night, 51 to 75 on aggregate. Bellevue 15 points away from that aggregate point. Magic, I thought, had got there, and Bewley lifts and it drags him to where he wants to go.
Yeah, Bewley knows what he was doing, and you could just watch Dan Bewley ride all day, couldn't you?
He's got a lovely style, hasn't he? Don't always work out, but he has got a nice style. Can't gate, can never gate, but he's got a nice style.
100%.
How slick does that gate 4 look already?
Quite.
Compared to the others, it looks like the M6. And that's where Mitch McDermott finds himself now.
Turn off, Mitch will end up on the M25.
Heat number 7, gate 1 in white, winner in his first race, Jamin Lidsey. Gate 2 in red, also winner in his first race, Ryan Tungate. Gate 3 in yellow at the back in Heat 3, Zach Cook. And off the outside in blue, second in Heat 2, Mitch McDermott. And he's done a lot of laps around Oxford this year, obviously, being in the Cheetahs team. So we'll see how he gets on here.
probably been the cheapest signing of the season, to be honest.
He's been impressive, hasn't he? I know, we don't know what's going to happen with the leagues next year, whether there's two, whether there's one, but I'd hope that Mitch McDermott comes back again.
He's definitely he's too good to not be here, I think, and obviously he's in SGP2 now as well. So the kid's got a bit of talent about him, and I hate saying that about Oxford riders.
He's been a very good scouted talent, and
He has, and obviously when I was watching the Aussie meetings in the winter, I didn't think much to him. So fair play to him, he's proved me wrong.
he saw those and thought, that Dan Palmer thinks I'm shit, I'll show him, and he has.
Literally has. Startmaster about to walk away for heat number 7. Tape fly away we go. It's a beautiful start off the inside there from Jamin Lidsey with Rowan Tungate now looking to go round the outside there. It's not quite worked out. And Mitch Dermot now just getting up the inside there as Zach Cook. Very, very disappointing here this evening, and it's close now between the two at the front. Lidsey's just got his back wheel in the dirt. Rowan Tungate's trying everything inside, outside to gain some more speed, but the more speed that Tungate tries to get, the more of a lead that Lidsey's built. Zach Cook's now looking to go up the inside here with Mitch McDermott, and it's very, very close there, going down the back straight. But McDermott's just about got that third place, and Zach Cook is always ever so close with the battle at the back. The first two are virtually settled now, and McDermott is twisting that throttle like there's no tomorrow to make sure he still gets that third place. And Zach Cook coming up the inside. McDermott does it just.
That was close. McDermott wasn't as quick as Zach. Zach was making that inside line work, to be fair to him. Lidsey was untroubled up front, and Hutty and Mr. Courtney are both off over to the tractors now, so we're going to get some track riding. But that was a good race for third and fourth there. Zach will be disappointed with that though, and heat number 7 was won by the rider in white, Jamin Lidsey. Second in red, Ryan Tungate, and third in blue, battling ride for Mitch McDermott. 3 apiece, 22 points to 20, 54 points to 78.
That it is.
And Lidsey did what you'd expect, and to be fair, it's a good job he is riding as well as he is at the moment, because Zach's just putting himself in the wrong place almost. But the Bellevue boys have got, been the first ones to go out as wide as they are, and it's working out for him. Tungate was definitely not as brave as Lidsey was there to move out as wide.
No, to be fair, Zach Cook's been he's been quite disappointing tonight by his normal standards. He's normally decent around Oxford.
And he's done a few meetings here. He's guested a couple of times in the Championship. I know it's a different kettle of fish, but I'm glad I can count. The gate stats back up my stats, so at least we can count. We're learning.
Could you teach me mathematics? I'm not very good at that.
Al, you got anything from Ipswich, boss?
Well, heat number 3 was won by Lewis Kerr with Chris Harris in second and Adam Ellis in third. 5-1 made the scores 9 points apiece after 3 and 51-57 on aggregate. Heat number 4, Luke Harrison was replaced by Nikolai Clint, and Emil Saifudanov won the heat with Clint in second and Yankovic in third. That 3 all tied the scores up at 12 points apiece and 54 points to 60. Heat 5, the first run was stopped due to Adam Ellis getting a flyer, and he got a warning. And then Adam Ellis won the rerun with Chris Harris in second and Richard Lawson in third. That 3 all makes the current scores: Ipswich Witches 15, Kings Lynn Stars 15, and it's 57 points to Ipswich, 63 to Kings Lynn on aggregate after 5 races.
Tom Brennan struggling again.
It's got to be concerns now, in it, for Ipswich.
It's been a thing this season, isn't it? He's not been fantastic. I don't think that's been harsh. He's just not been the same rider he was last year.
Do you reckon maybe he's missing the easier rides of the championship this year?
Potentially. I don't know. Just doesn't seem him say. I don't think it's particularly working well abroad either, though. And Righty and Kyle get on. They're both having a chinwag there. So back to our thing the other week when we weren't sure if they got on now after their scrap at Peterborough a few years ago. They do. They're having a chinwag.
I mean, I know Kyle's moved since, but I know they both used to live sort of within 10 minutes of each other. I remember, who was it that had the interview at school? I think it was Jason Garrity, who said there was him, Righty, Kyle, and somebody else, and they all lived sort of 10 minutes within each other, and they all used to go out drinking together.
I guarantee you something, Righty and Carl don't live 10 minutes away from Jason Garrity now.
No, they don't.
And the difference is, Righty and Kyle could leave their front door. Jason Garrity's got big steel bars holding him in.
I was going to say, I think there was just that one night out just in COVID where Righty and Kyle just declined the invitation.
And by God, I bet they're glad they did. Who's doing well, who's not doing well so far? There's a lot of inconsistency for Bellevue in there. Brady Kurtz a last and a win. Dan Bewley's got a win and a second. Zach Cook consistent with 2 lasts. Paco consistent with 2/3. Mulford a point and a last. Tate a win and a last. You know, there's a lot of inconsistency going on down that team at the moment.
There is quite a bit of inconsistency, isn't there?
And to be fair, there was a bit of consistency in the Oxford team. You know, Magic 4 paid 5, Kyle 4 paid 5, Righty 3 paid 4, Palavara 2, but you wouldn't necessarily expect him to set the world on fire at the minute. Tungate 5, McDermott paid 4, Killeen really good ride in his second race, and probably deserves more than the 1 point he's currently sat on.
I can't disagree with that.
That was a nice quick track grade, and we've got bikes out for Heat 8. I like the pace this meeting's going up.
Already?
I know.
Is Rob Godfrey running the show?
And in this one, it's Carl Howarth and Luke Killeen versus Paco Castagna and Jake Mulford, the number 2s and the number 7s, protected for the Rising Stars this one, so no reserve changes allowed. It's probably the biggest rule difference between the Premiership and Championship, innit? You can make a reserve change in 8 in the Championship, you don't have that luxury in the Premiership.
100%, Mush, 100%.
And Carl Howarth finds himself off the slightly difficult gate 4 this time, but that's just been a track grade, so it might have changed again. Hit number 8, gate 1 in yellow, Jake Mulford. Gate 2, blue, Luke Killeen. Gate 3 in white, Paco Castagna. And off the outside in red, Kyle Howarth. We've still got 13 people listening to us.
Decent number that for us on a Thursday evening, considering this was very much a last-minute stream,
last
wasn't it?
minute, weren't it? And we'll either be back next Wednesday or next Thursday. We'll definitely be back next Thursday. Next Wednesday, there's every chance we'll be back then as well.
Every chance. But Tate drives on. Heat number 8. It's a fairly even start there, but it's Luke Killeen that gets there first. He's been pushed all the way by Paco Castagna, and to be fair, that is now allowed. Is that Jake Mulford that's now in yellow? So the ace is now on a 5-1 advantage. Paco going towards the outside, and this is going to give the aces lead, although Kyle Howarth looking to put some pressure now on Jake Mulford, but Mulford just says, "You're not coming round me, pal." So Kyle says, "Watch me, Bush." And just like that, he's done him. And Kyle's now got his eyes set on Paco Castagna, and he's not a million miles away. One mistake for Paco, Kyle's going to be through. And Luke Killeen is trying his heart out, and he's trying everything to get around Jake Mulford here, and he's done him now, just on the run to the line, I think. Yeah, done him. Nice bit for Luke Killeen there. And Paco's
Kyle.
gone wide there.
Ooh.
Kyle not quite managed to make that inside run work. Kyle now blasting around. One last blast around the outside. Could Kyle do it? Not quite.
Good ride that from Kyle. Tried all the way. Just paid the price for a bad start, and Luke Killeen, good move to get past the early leader of the race as well in Morford. That'll do Paco some good. He does like a race win.
Well, he's Heat 14 Paco in the Championship. I think we should start calling him Heat 8 Paco in the Premiership.
To be
He
fair,
looks happy with that.
for Birmingham, he's been Heat 1 Paco in the Premiership.
He's done all right for you guys,
It's
hasn't he?
usually his best race. The result of Heat 8 was a win for the rider in white Paco Castagna, second in red Kyle Heworth, and third in blue Luke Killeen, 3 points apiece, 25 points to 23, 57 to 81 on aggregate. And to be fair, after how that looked at the end of the first lap, I think Oxford will take a shared heat out of that.
100%.
I thought Kyle had got that perfect, and he was there, and he got sent out. Killeen pushed Paco, who then pushed Kyle, and Mulford covered that inside. And to be fair, Killeen spent that back straight racing Kyle until they'd sorted themselves out.
Did.
But you know what you're going to get from Kyle. You're always going to get 110% off him, ain't you? And so it proved.
Massively.
And that battle for second and third in the second lap will be a preview for tomorrow night, with Kyle representing Glasgow and Mulford representing Redcar.
Yeah, so if you're in Scotland, like our resident Mr. Allen, although I don't think Mr. Allen, who lives 5 minutes away from Glasgow Speedway, is off to go and watch them.
We've got
Get
it
your
number
sends up.
9 at the tapes. Blimey, this is going quick. Gate 1, white, Dan Bewley. Gate 2, blue, Victor Palavara. Gate 3, yellow, Tate Zishke. Gate 4, red, Charles Wright. Jimmy says, if the crowd is down at Sandy Lane, you'd think they could at least come on here and vent their spleen.
Right, this is what we're here for. We're here for Oxford meltdowns. We're here for teams of any supporters meltdowns. Yeah, just. I mean, we try and get our links out available on updates to British Forum, and obviously we share it on a Tapes to Flag podcast Facebook page. So
That will come soon,
it's not
honestly.
like it is genuinely coming soon. I don't know when, but it's coming soon.
Probably at the end of the season now, to be honest. But it is coming. We're not false advertising that. It will be here.
Yeah. So the start marshal walks away for race number 9. Tapes right away we go, and that's a very solid start there for the rider in white, which is Daniel Bewley, and Palavara there in the air. Was in the second place, right around the outside of Bewley there. What a ride from Charles Wright. Showed that he's Mr. Billy Big Bollocks, and now Bewley back round the outside of Charles Wright, and Bewley's now just picked himself a bit of a lead now over Wrighty, and Tate Jiski's got a bit of a lead now over Victor Palavara. Palavara, after having a decent first ride in this meeting, gone off the boil a little bit now, and Tate's starting to see Wrighty in his eyes, and it is a bit close between them two. Although, to be fair, Palavara is now looking to repay the favour on Tate Zischke, but it's just not going to work out. We've got one lap left to go. Palavara's all but virtually retired now, so but Zischke's going right around the outside here, but there's a massive gap between him and Wrighty. Bewley's out there, he's checked out, he's gone to Coventry, and he still wouldn't race. And yeah, that was that.
He was popping wheelies then. He meant that wheelie.
He did.
Good
Look
opening.
what you missed out on.
Trust me. Good opening couple of bends from Wrighty to go around the outside of him, and then Bewley just said, alright, and then onto the same back. And he did on 3 and 4, and then cleared off, and he's got so much pace in that bike as well. And he comes round on a lap of honour. Dan Bewley's somebody that is universally liked. You won't find many people who say bad words about him.
Can't say a bad word about him.
Heat number 9 was won by the rider in white, Dan Bewley. Second in red, Charles Wright. And third in yellow, Tate Zischke. 2 points to Oxford, 4 to Bellevue, and we're back level at 27 points apiece and 59.85 on aggregate. Palavara made a
But
beautiful
it is.
start and then just lifted all the way to the corner and lost his momentum. Beautiful pass by Righty there, and then opts to try and come back down, so Bewley goes straight round him.
There he does. It was poetry in motion, as some may say.
And to be fair, Zishki looks like a different rider now. He's getting a few more meetings in. He looks more confident.
He does. It is decent to see. I just hope he has a bit of a shitter on Saturday. I just say that out loud.
And the one big glaring omission for Saturday is that Workington are without Antivulas.
100%.
And he's been a big rider at their track, so could be a big miss. The lineup for Heat 10, Gate 1 in yellow, still yet to score a point so far tonight. Zach Cook. Gate 2 in blue, Carl Howarth. Gate 3 in white, still unbeaten so far, Jamin Lidsey. And off the outside in red, Matsei Janowski. Good looking race this.
It is. It's quite tasty looking, innit?
Zach's got himself into point scoring positions, just not held on to him. And
It's
to be
just-
fair, Lidsey's got out in front and not looked back.
I think Zach's almost got a similar issue as last night, where he was having to wrestle with the bike to get it round. We've had a shot of the crowd. There's about 50 people in that shot.
And is it crap?
Well, the shot of the fourth bend, it looks like there's about 20 people there, so there's at least 70 people in total.
Most of them in the
At all.
pits.
That'll probably pay for Victor Palavara's 2 points. Start Marshall then looking to walk away for race number 10. The tapes right away we go. And Magic Janoski there, almost fast asleep at the start, but it is actually Zach Cook that has the lead, and now Lidsey up the inside there, and Magic Janoski to get himself into the third place position. Kyle Howarth got his sights set on that first place, although Lidsey's looking to come up the inside there. Kyle Howarth, Kyle's got to have eyes in the back of his head, and Magic now looking to come round the outside there of Jamin. It's not quite worked out. This is a decent race this so far, and you just don't know which way it's going to go. Zach Cook's out in front, he's checked out, he's away and he's gone. Magic now looking to come around the outside again of the ride with white, and he just locks up a little bit there on the fourth bend, and I think that's his race done now. And Jamin Lidsey's got Kyle Howarth in his sights. We've got one that left to go. Zach Cook, we was just talking about it before the race, and he's gone and shut us all up. And this one looks very settled out now as they come round the final two turns for the final time. And it's going to be a 4-2 to the Aces as they take that lead.
Matsanovsky lost his steel shoe on the second turn of the second lap, so did 2 laps without it, and it's difficult to do that. That's why he nearly went through the fence on the third lap in the same place.
It's not easy, is it?
No. Good ride from Kyle to almost put JMO wide enough for Magic to get through as well. But it was a win for the rider in yellow, Zach Cook. Second in blue, Carl Howarth, and third in white, Jamin Lidsey. 4-2 to Bellevue, and they take the lead for the first time on the night. Hutty's going for a run.
Was that your... was that your pal Hutty?
Yeah, he's going for a little jog. That was a beautiful gate from Carl Howarth initially. That's a different race.
It was decent.
That ain't even the right race. That was Palavara's gate from the one before.
Bloody hell, Oxford TV.
Can't get the staff these days, can you? Talking of not getting the staff, we'll hear from Alan after this one, because I assume there'll be an interval.
You'd like to think there'll be a track raid or something, won't there?
I hope so. We can have 5 minutes then. Paco's coming out for this one. He's had a good meeting, to be honest. He likes riding round here.
He's been solid enough. I think Paco goes well most places, doesn't he?
He can gate, can't he? And certainly in British Speedway this year, being able to gate's been a part of the thing. It's been highlighted a lot this year. lineup of heat number 11.
11.
Gate 1 in red, Rowan Tungate. Gate 2 in white, Brady Kurtz. Gate 3 in blue, Mitch McDermott. Gate 4 in yellow, Paco Castagna. Paco's the odd one out here. 3 Aussies and an Italian.
Paco Castagna just looks like an older real-life Mario, doesn't he? And he almost speaks like Mario when you listen to him.
I do love Paco, he's brilliant, he's hilarious.
Oh, he's great, isn't he? How could anyone hate on Paco?
You get to Birmingham, the staff do at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Paco's usually there, plodding around, just loving life, with a smile on his face all painted into the back of his head.
Fun times.
Yeah. Just waiting on Tungate to settle. There will be a little bit of rivalry between 1 and 2. The Aussies generally always have a bit of friendly rivalry.
Yeah, for sure. The start match was waiting for Heat 11, and it's a very good skate there from Rowan Tungate, who's just about got the lead over Brady Kurtz. Storms up the inside there, but it's Mitch McDermott that currently has the lead at the moment. And now, what could Kurtz do? Kurtz forces Mitch McDermott wide there, and he's forced himself out to the front. But these two Spires boys, they're on the back heels of Brady Kurtz, and that was a ruthless move there from Rowan Tungate on his teammate for the night there. But Tungate's got Brady Kurtz set in his sights, although I think Brady's just got enough about him to know that he's got this one virtually wrapped up in the bag. He was just holding the right lines around the outside, and Paco's starting to close in on Mitch McDermott here. And this looks like a all but settled 3-all here. As we come into the last lap now, there isn't really much racing going on. It's a bit one-liney at the minute. And it's going to be another 3-3.
I don't know what Tungate was doing there. He screwed McDermott up and then had to look back to see if he was still there. Like, if you're going to ride like a twat, don't then look back and see if he's still with you.
Talking of Tungate riding like a twat, it's the 10-year anniversary today of the sit-down protest at Scunny, thanks to Rowan Tungate.
What happened there? I don't know that story. You've probably told me. You probably weren't listening.
So he was in a race with Josh Hawley at Scunthorpe. Josh Hawley got a 5-1 over Tungate and was meant to slow down in the bends. Tungate just speed up and fenced him. We wanted him kicked out of the meeting.
And was he?
Nope, he just got a slap on the wrist and a £200 fine.
Shock horror. And that was a beautiful first bend from Mitch McDermott. And then
it was.
Decided, oh no, you can't have that. I thought Kurtz was putting him through the fence there as well. It was hard, but it was fair.
Did. Yeah, there wasn't much contact, was there? Just.
And there was room as well left. Tungate was harder on him there. I don't know what he was trying to achieve.
100%.
The result of that one was a win for the rider in white, Brady Kurtz, second in red, Rowan Tungate, and third in blue, Mitch McDermott. I think we're going on an interval now. We'll hear from Al and then we'll have a little 5 minutes.
Well, heat number 6 was certainly interesting up at Ipswich. So the first running of heat number 6 was stopped due to Danny King going down on the first bend. And unfortunately, Mr. Dave excluded him. And it was rerun, with Jason Doyle winning heat number 6, with Yankovic in second and Nikolai Clint in third. That 3-all made the scores 18 points apiece and 60 points to 66 on aggregate. Heat number 7 was won by Emil Saifudinov, with Chris Harris in second and Lewis Kerr in third. That 3-all made the scores 21 points apiece and 63 points to 69 on aggregate. And heat number 8 was won by Danny King, with Richard Lawson in second and Jason Edwards in third. A 4-2 to Ipswich. It makes the scores 25 to Ipswich, 23 to Kings Lynn, and 67 points to 71 on aggregate.
So they are closing the gap a touch, but probably not as much as they'd like, given the position of the meeting at the moment. And I'd absolutely expect Jason Edwards to be redeclared in the Birmingham lineup tomorrow, ready for Monday's meeting against Oxford. So
I think so.
I think he will be. Obviously, with Birmingham not racing since last Monday, it made sense to not reintroduce him to the team just yet, because he could guest for Ipswich and get those meetings in and get a bit more bike time, which he's now done. But the teams have to be declared 72 hours before the meeting, so that's tomorrow the latest for him to be eligible for Monday. And they're always going to reintroduce Jason Edwards to the team, surely.
You'd like to think so.
One.
And just as we went off last night, Palmer, we spoke about one of D&D Media's riders having a bump on the head at Kent. We spoke to Ben Morley earlier. He's miraculously managed to escape that one with nothing really injured. Bit of bruising, couple of cuts, and a little bit of muscle damage. But from the sounds of the crash, he's got away very lucky with that one.
He's got away with it, hasn't he?
And typically,
Oh my.
typical speedway rider fashion, is more worried about his bike.
Oh my God, Alan, I know this is your job, but BSN updates from Ipswich are on now, and I don't know how to tell you this. Kings Lynn are winning at Ipswich.
Oh dear.
We'll get something from Al. We'll get that result off Al or you, whichever, and then we'll have a breather because I need a drink.
Heat number 9, I'll just give you it while the BS. I don't know what the aggregate score is. But heat number 9 was won by the rider in yellow, Nikolai Clint. Second in white was Jankovic, and third in red, Adam Ellis. Tom Brannan retired from that race. That was 1 point to the Witches, 5 points to the Stars, making the progressive scores on the night. Ipswich 26, Kings Lynn 28.
Wow.
So that'll be 68 points to 76 on aggregate.
5-1 to Kings Lynn in the next one for that special aggregate score for Ipswich. Here we go.
We've already had it once, and I was trying to remain professional about it.
Right, boys, we'll take a breather for a minute.
That sounds like a good plan. So apologies about that. We took a well-needed 5 minutes. And paramedics coming back out with a nice warm cup of tea in hand. And bikes are on track ready to be pushed out for heat number 12.
Luke Killeen's
This
Kevins
rate.
aren't very white now, are they?
And you see now why white Kevis aren't very popular.
To be fair, I don't think it matters what colour they are, they'd still look like that.
It still look like
Yeah.
that, but
It stands out
it's
more
hard.
than white, doesn't it?
It's harder to clean them in white.
You've got a point. Are Oxford racing this weekend? They're not, are they?
The Chargers are at Middlesbrough Saturday, weather permitting.
Luke Killeen's team's not, though. The Championship one are they?
Oh no, the Championship teams are got a little bit of a hiatus at the minute. They haven't ridden for a while.
Their next meeting is Wednesday, innit? Which, to be fair, probably surprises me a touch, actually, that Mitch McDermott's coming to do this meeting, because he's not based in Britain. He's coming specifically to do this, and, you know, I'd understand if Oxford were racing tomorrow, but he's, you know, Victor Palavara was staying anyway because of racing for Edinburgh tomorrow, but Mitch McDermott's coming just for this. It shows his commitment. Heat number, what heat are we on? 12?
12.
Gate 1, red, Charles Wright. Gate 2, white, Tate Zishki. Gate 3, blue, Luke Killeen. Gate 4, white is Jamin Lindsay. Gate 4, still not had a winner.
I'm just saying because me and you were very immature. Oxford 5-1. We are so immature, it's unreal. I do apologise.
I don't.
But some people tell us to grow up. We tell them no.
Who wants to grow up?
Exactly.
I'll never forget the look we got at Butlins Reds when we sat and cheered when that number came out.
Oh. In a room full of families, the magic number comes up. Me and Mr. Dill just go, wait! We get the death stare from everybody else in that room. It was worth it, though.
It was funny.
The start marshal walks away for heat number 12 of Tapes Rise. It's a very good start there from the inside gate there from Charles Wright. Luke Killeen looking to come round the outside there of Jake Mulford. And now what can Jamie Lindsay do? Lindsay up the inside there of Luke Killeen at least. Right, it's just Luke Killeen going on. Billy Big Bollocks round the outside. And Luke Killeen's past Jamie Lindsay. Well, what can Lindsay do? It's almost neck and neck as they're about to go down the back straight. Killeen's... Oh, my Jesus. This is a good race. This is absolute carnage here. I do apologise, and Jake Mulford
fell off.
Tate Jiski's taken a jet to holiday to the air fence, so it's going to be a 4-2 at least. Although I'd be surprised if the Reds didn't come on because they've got to be quite close to Tate now.
They've got to be on. They are.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah,
awarded.
they've gone on.
That will absolutely be awarded. Some effort from Luke Killeen, that, especially that move there.
Oh, that move there.
But then 3 and 4 on the next lap, I thought he was going to kill him.
Just there, he just lifted, didn't he, going down the back straight? And,
I thought he was taking off on Lindsay's bike. I think he did as well.
Oh.
He's got an helmet on and you can literally see the moment he shits himself. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Zishki goes for that, and I think it'll be awarded. There wasn't a race on up front. The positions were settled.
So yeah, that was eventful.
I've put the score in, so I hope it's awarded. The riders have gone off the track. To be fair, it should be awarded. That.
It should be awarded.
But Luke Killeen's not took his helmet off. Are we getting a rerun? No. Heat 13, the box coming out. So that one has been awarded as a win to Charles Wright, second Jamin Lindsay, and third Luke Killeen. Big race this, 2 GP riders versus a former GP rider and a rider that did very well when he raced in his only GP in Australia a few years back. $36
all, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
and it was awarded. Good effort from Luke Kelly in there. Right, so we need a Bellevue 5-1 here now to get that number. And to be honest, with this pairing for Bellevue, it's distinctly possible.
Very possible, isn't it? Oh, D&D Media, grow up.
No.
Okay.
What game was Righty off in that last one?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. I think it was off 3.
Line up of Heat 13, Gate 1, Brady Kurtz in white, Gate 2 in red, Matt Sainovsky, Gate 3 in yellow, Dan Bewley, and off the outside in blue, Rowan Tungate. To be fair, the numbers here would suggest a 5-1 to Bellevue as well, and they're on the favoured gates.
That they are.
Somebody likes Aussies.
What they do. Poor Magic. Paramedics just having a bit of a chin wag to themselves. One of them looks red hot. The other one looks quite chilly. We're just waiting for these boys to get themselves into order. Come on, boys. It's bedtime at 9 o'clock. Bedtime at 9 or no sweeties tomorrow.
You've got 12 minutes. No sweeties for the kids race that you absolutely can't run in, but will clothesline a kid to nick their Haribos.
Oh, absolutely. So the start match walks away for 8:13 and takes rise. Away we go. And it's a 5-1 to Bellevue we needed. And at the minute, it's that 5-1 we're going to get. As it's Brady Kurtz leading Dan Bewley. And Brady's an absolute mile clear of the rider in blue, which is Rowan Tungate. Magic Inoski just passes Tungate now to get himself into 3rd place. And this is what the doctor ordered for the immature ones, that looking at the aggregate score of 68 to 94. This is all but going to wrap up the aggregate score now anyway for Bellevue. Might even help in wrapping up the meeting on the night, to be fair. But yeah, the two Bellevue boys there, they're looking out for each other, team riding, seeing where each other are. And the Oxford Spires just literally have no answer for these boys. You know, these are 2 of the 4 best in the world. And then Rowan Tungate exists, and Magic Inoski's here for poos and giggles as we come round turns 3 and 4 for final time.
And on the aggregate,
Way!
For the immature amongst us. And to be fair though, Oxford have gave a good go at this. It's taken until the latter stages for Bellevue to pull away, and to be fair, that was probably expected.
That one was pretty expected. Not over yet. Nearly is.
Heat 13 was won by the rider in white, Brady Kurtz. 2nd in yellow, Dan Bewley. And 3rd in red, Matt Sainovsky. 1 point to Oxford, 5 to Bellevue, 37-41 on the night. 69 points to 99 on aggregate?
Yeah. I believe you might be right.
That was all over from the first turn. They were half a straight clear.
And to be honest, the way this Bellevue pairing have gone, this could be a 5-1 back to the Spires, so we could be on for one of them last heat decider thingies.
Is Jack Mulford meant to be in this? Because that's Tate Zishka.
Mulford's meant to be in this, but Tate Zishka's coming in as a reserve switch in yellow.
I think that's harsh on Mulford, because Zishka's only got 4 points and 3 of them came in Heat 2.
To be fair, Mulford's only on 1 and that one coming Heat 2 as well.
I know, but I haven't been overly impressed with Tate since then. And he's off the outside gate, which is crap. Heat 14, gate 1, blue, Mitch McDermott. 2 in white, Zach Cook. 3 red, Victor Palavara. 4 in yellow, the reserve change, Tate Zishki, who is ironically the joint top scorer in this race, unless you count bonus points, and then that goes to Mitch McDermott.
Up the Travelodge. You can't explain this to a newbie to Speedway, can you?
I gave up trying to explain Speedway to people because you never will. If you explain it right, they'll change it again.
To be fair, I try not to explain Speedway to Speedway people.
Because they don't understand it, so newbies have got no
No.
chance.
No, just turn up to your local track and enjoy the action. And if you turn up at Scunny, you get to hear my deluxe tones on the mic as well.
I was going to
What
say,
more
you've pulled the week of it, didn't you? Yesterday, watch along, tonight, watch along, tomorrow, Centre Green gig.
I'll be needing voice suites by Saturday morning.
Or Haribo's from the kids' race at Scunny. Either or will do.
Oh, I'm making sure I nab them before the meeting starts. The start marshal walks away for 8:14, and it's Zach Cook that gets there first in the first turn with both the Spires boys there in second and third position. Now Tate's got himself around up the inside. Sorry, with Victor Palavara. Now what could Palavara do? What could Zishki do? Because he's putting Mitch McDermott under some pressure. Zach Cook's out. He's basically checked out away and gone, and Palavara's. He's just not riding the right lines to get closer to Tate here. Victor just going towards the inside when the line's now gone more towards the outside. The outside's where the faster run is. Now Palavara gets up the inside there of Tate. Tate's now looking to try and repay that favour. Can he do so? As we come off the third and fourth turns, and he not quite just yet, but Palavara's just hugging the inside line. It's a decent race this for the third and fourth. Palavara's just blocked the run of Chase Jiski perfectly, and well, that's a 3-3.
Good ride from Palavara. He somehow got it hooking up on the inside, even though the line didn't look like it was there. But
It didn't.
I'll go back to my point. That reserve switch just felt a bit pointless, and so it proved.
Matt Lemon just really likes Aussies, and he's got something against British people and British riders.
You expect to see Lindsay and Kurtz in 15, or do you give it to the GP boys? 14, Zach Cook was the winner in white, second in blue, Mitch McDermott, and third in red, Victor Palavara. That's another win for Gator. There's still not been a win off Go 4.
Put Dan Bewley off 4 in 8:15 and we'll get one, but Matt Lemon probably won't because Dan Bewley's a British boy.
At this point, Palavara was miles at the back, so to have come through and in the end held on to that third as well relatively easily is impressive.
100%.
And to be honest, in any other Premiership team, Palavara would be at reserve. So
He would.
He's solid enough at number 4, all things considered.
Yeah, for sure. You know, he's not had the worst, right, has he? So,
What's he finished
fair
on?
play to him.
3 and 1. 3 and 1. 3
and 1.
In at number 4, that ain't too bad. There is a massive difference between the Premiership and Championship in terms of the standard. So I don't think he's done too bad when Bellevue have got international, proven riders at 1, 3 and 5.
Mm.
And it will be interesting. I think it'll probably be the 2 GP boys that go here. Zach Cook's had an interesting one. Started looking like he couldn't have even he couldn't have took the skin off a rice pudding. He's finished the meeting with 2 very, very good looking wins.
Oh, rice pudding.
Rice pudding. Mark Lemon never cracks a smile, does he? Miserable looking git.
I think he's incapable of cracking smiles.
I would be as well if I had a nose that big.
I hope he knows plastic surgery is available on the NHS for a 20-year waiting time.
What comes first, death or the surgery? Bewley looks like he's going, and it'll almost certainly be Kurtz as well.
It's almost certain. Kurtz is in white.
Kurtz is in white. Who do Oxford go for? Charles Wright I'd probably throw in, and Carl Heworth. I haven't been impressed with Tungate or Janowski, if I'm being honest.
No, I'd put Wright in Howarth in.
Charles Wright's
Wright is in red.
And Carl Heworth will almost certainly be in blue. He's been fantastic. and Kyle Oweth's in blue. And it's very rare you'll see a guest going in heat 15 especially, but this meeting's still up for grabs, although it's no easy task against presumably Bewley and Kurtz. We know Kurtz is there, we imagine Bewley will be as well.
2 championship second heat leaders versus 2 GP riders, as this is only going to go one way in it.
And Bellevue have got the gate choice as well, because Oxford took it in 1 and 3. But to be fair, Oxford have kept this closer than we all expected, me, you and Al. Al, you got anything from Ipswich while we've got 30 seconds?
I'll make it quick. So, heat number 10 was a win for the rider in red, Jason Doyle. Second was Chris Harris, and third, Danny King. Lewis Kerr fell. That was a 4-2 and made the scores 30 points apiece. Heat number 11, Nikolai Clint came in as the rider replacement, and that heat was won by Emil Saifurinov with Nikolai Clint second and Richard Lawson third. That 3 all made the scores 33 points apiece. And heat number 12, Dan Thompson came in for Jason Edwards, which I thought was quite bizarre, but there you go. And that heat was won by Nikolai Clint with Chris Harrison second and Adam Ellison third, with Dan Thompson retiring. 5-1 makes the scores 34 to Ipswich, 38 to Kings Lynn, and 76-86 on aggregate, and Richard Lawson as the rider replacement in 13.
So Kings Lynn need 4 points from the last 3 races to get that magic 90 and secure their meeting with Leicester, and with all due respect to Kings Lynn, I only see one winner in that.
And when you've got Emil and Doyle who's had solid enough nights in 13 and 15, yeah, it's only really going to go one way, isn't it?
With if Ipswich do miss out, have questions got to be asked. Everyone expected Ipswich to dismantle everything, and they've not, have they? Full lineup of 15: Brady Kurtz, gate 1, White, gate 2 in red, Charles Wright, gate 3 in yellow, Dan Bewley, the sacrificial lamb off gate 4, which has been absolutely useless tonight, Kyle Oweth. Peter
Talk
Shrek
about being
sacrificed his
thrown to the
guest, didn't he? He's just sacrificed him. He's gone, we need some silly git to go off gate 4. Who wants it?
And Kyle's gone, you know what? I'll take one for the team. I'll do it.
Super guest. Mitch
What a boy.
McDermott's done well. 6 paid 8.
He's done solid, hasn't he? Do you reckon Mitch McDermott comes in for a short-term replacement for Kildemand in the Spires anyway? Or
I reckon... do they maybe sign him for Rhys for the time being? There's no return date set for Rhys. I know it makes him a little bit weaker, but he'll go in at reserve.
got a point, Musher Tapes has risen for 8.15 to the surprise of absolutely nobody. The Bellevue boys have got there first. Wright is putting a little bit of pressure, and poor Kyle Howarth, the sacrificial lamb there, towards the rear of the field, although he's trying to challenge Wrighty. Wright is trying to challenge Brady Kurtz here to keep this scoreline respectable. And Wrighty and Kyle's about to go at the inside of Brady Kurtz. Good ride that from Charles Wright, who's got himself into second place position and almost bouncing off the fence. Now, what could Kyle Howarth do? Can Kyle Howarth do the same as Charles? Charles is starting to build up a bit of a lead over Brady Kurtz now. Charles goes wide, Brady to the inside, and that's, if anything, that's just extended Charles's lead over Brady Kurtz. Dan Bewley's got this one virtually wrapped up in the bag, but a solid ride this from Charles Wright to get himself into second. Fair play to him, and that's going to be I think that's a respectable score, that, isn't it?
42-48 finished, didn't it? Yeah, that ain't a bad result really for Oxford, considering the guests, and bit of a mistake from Brady Kurtz there, probably helped Charles Wright, but I think he'd have got him anyway, if I'm honest. And there were certain riders that dive bombing and showing you front wheel on the inside like Brady tried after Charles had passed him that would shit their pants. Charles Wright's not one of them.
8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and
Quick maths with Dan Palmer.
yes.
Result of 15 was won by the rider in yellow, Dan Bewley. Second in red, Charles Wright. Third in white, Brady Curtis. 2 points to Oxford, 4 to Bellevue. Final score 42 Oxford, 48 Bellevue, and 74 to 106 on aggregate.
So yeah, that it was. It's Oxford Spires 42, Bellevue Aces 48, with a respectable scoreline considering Oxford's problems. I'll go down the two team lineups with their results for the Spires then. Oh, for the Aces, so we'll do them first. Brady Kurt scored 10. Paco Castagna scored 5. Jamin Lidsley 9. Zach Cook 6. Dan Bewley 13 and 1. Tate Strisky scored 4. Jake Mulford scored 1. For the Spires, Magic Inoski scored 5 and 1. Kyle Howarth 8 and 1. Charles Wright 10 and a bonus. Victor Palavara 3 and a bonus. Rowan Tungate 7, Mitch McDermott 6 and 2 bonus, Luke Killeen 3 and 1.
Al, what's going on at Ipswich? We've only got a race left now. I assume we'll stick it out and see what's going on there. A race or two. We'll let Al wrap up.
Not a lot. We're still waiting on the result for 30. We could be waiting some time.
Why? Let's have a look at updates.
I'm looking at BSN and there's nothing on 13.
I was just checking if they'd put, 'cause if there's an incident, it usually goes on to updates, but which BSN
Nope.
obviously doesn't give.
Nothing on the updates, Mosh.
There isn't. We'll give it a couple of moments, see what happens.
We'll give it a couple of moments.
That was a good effort from Oxford and friends, to be fair.
It was, to be fair, and the meeting got better as it went on. While we've got a minute, we just want to thank the guys that allow us to work with them. So Ace Piper, Steam Piper, Declan Kennedy, Ben Morley, Connor King, Ben Barker, Simon Lambert, Jake Allen, and Scunny. We do provide graphics and social media work for all of them. And so Shoot Some Share will next be on. I would bank on us being on Wednesday.
You're gonna talk yourself into buying Oxford and Plymouth, aren't you?
I'm all here for Scotty Nichols coming to shit house all over Oxford. I'm all here for it.
And to be fair, we're obviously working with Barker, we know that he's having a practice on Saturday at Plymouth, in the hope to potentially have a bit of an idea as to when he'll be back on the bike.
I heard Al say how.
Well, going to have a long delay because Mr. Dave Waters has got to check the rule book. We could be here a while.
Asking if Harrison has to have his third ride
Yep.
by the end of Heat 14.
Yeah, so the ref's
he has
off to check. He's off to check the dusting rule book.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what's worse, the ref doesn't know the rule or the team manager doesn't. Each rider has got to have 3 programmed rides by the end of Heat 14. Heat 15 doesn't count as a ride for a third,
Unless Luke Harrison's maybe picked up an injury of some sort.
No, he wouldn't be asking
Don't
if
say
he's got to have
that.
He wouldn't be asking that if he wants to get this wrapped up on aggregate and then throw Luke Harrison in 15 for his last one. That's not a programmed ride. That's not how it goes.
No, he has to have 3 programmed rides.
Before the end of Heat 14, yeah. I ain't waiting for the ref to check that. Sod that. We could be here all night.
I don't blame you.
Right, that'll wrap us up then. Palmer, anything you want to do?
So, thanks to everyone that's joined us tonight. We really appreciate it. We know this was a bit last minute. So, to those that have stuck with us, thank you very much. I'm 99% sure we'll be on Wednesday, but check our social medias and check the BSF and the updates. And yeah, have a cracking weekend. Ta-ra!